Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices for Tuesday, June 21st. So with the DAX here, we've got a move down here that we can count as 5 waves here. So we could have this B wave completed at this particular point. I mean, what we're looking for with the S&P 500, it's possible to have a low in for the S&P 500 and but some of the banking stocks and that are just not there yet. What we're basically looking for across the markets is a rally and then another move down for this, you know. That's basically what we're sort of looking for to fill this in a little bit. I mean, we could put, just shooting the breeze here a little bit, we could put wave B here and then look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and finishing off here. So just not quite sure how to sort of tackle this situation here, because it does leave us exposed to move to the top here. And also too, we were talking about the US dollar yesterday and the inverse relationship with the euro and the euro you know, tracking the turns on the DAX, so to speak. So yeah, so let's just go into, let's just try to sort of have a closer look at this. So don't worry about that B wave up there. The most important thing here though is we've been counting down 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, and so we've landed here. We were long in these little areas through here, but this one stopped us out here yesterday, so we've been triggered again in here today, and this should just continue to move to the upside. That's not really my problem at this point in time, and I can see in the short term where we need to be with this, in line with tech stocks and banks and so on at that point. So if I just do this conservatively here, wave 5, so we could just have an A and a B and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and finish basically up here somewhere for this. I mean, it can get a bit larger at this point, but this is what we're looking at the moment for most of these, and we can sort of refine this here as well. We can place, it looks like wave 1 in here for that, and wave 2 here for that. And then this would be a 1 and 2 and a 1 and 2 and here and a 3. So it would be looking, you know, there's still plenty of upside here anyway to keep us a little bit busy. I mean, my situation is that I'm looking at these moves up here as corrective rallies. It's possible to have lows in place, but I'll need to gather more evidence. Most of the markets around the world, the US were closed last night, but the futures market was running. So just with the S&P 500 here, one of the other reasons that I think, well, the main reason I think we're in a corrective move and coming down again is because of US stocks. Now, with the NASDAQ and the Russell and so on, they pushed up. When they came back, they didn't take that low out here, where the S&P has made a new low here. So this 3-wave move here makes it a nice B wave, and but it's telling me that, well, because it made a new low here, it can't be wave 1 here and wave 2 here. That's what I mean, because it's taken that low out. So we're left with an A and a B and a C wave up here. Now it could get bigger, and all of this up here is just this A wave up here, as I've mentioned here, and a B wave and a C wave here, because wave 4s get a bit complicated. So it's telling me that the move up is corrective, and then we'll come down again for that, and that would be the same, you know, for US banks, most tech stocks. Some are slightly sort of different, and even Bitcoin is doing the same thing as well. I mean, it's tempting to call a low in for Bitcoin, but I need to gather more information for that, and I just think that Bitcoin will be like with the tech stocks and having another move down to the downside. So what do we do here with the DAX and the Stock 50 and also the FTSE as well in that instance. So anyway, for the DAX here, we're going to be pushing up further. We've been triggered in long. We'll see this. The next level here is the 13,300. You'll see a classic trading levels pattern at that point. So the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, then some sort of ABC pattern coming in, and then another move up at that point. So we should be, you start looking to take profit at the 300 there, the 500 rather, and you can also look to add here with a classic trading levels pattern. So we've got the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and so on. The 400 won't give you much grief because there wasn't much really here at that point. There was that old low here, but it's really all about the 500 and even higher at that point. So, but that's the number to trade to. Let's have a look at the currency. So it's the same with the Stock 50. The Stock 50 has come lower though in here. So I don't know if we can look at this as wave 1 and 2, a nice strong third wave, a fourth and a fifth, and finish off, you know, or are we going up here for that? That's what I don't understand just yet with these markets, and I should just look at the FTSE 2 for a moment before we sort of bring the FX into it. So with the FTSE here, we've been counting 5 waves down, and we're looking for an A and a B and a C. So that's playing out okay-ish in all of that. So we'll expect further upside. Will it come down here? Well, that's what I don't know. I mean, we could also have a low in here and continue to push higher, but I need to get past this to call a bullish low in for any of this. So I'm not going to do that just yet, but if you're long in the FTSE, you can expect 7,300, and the 7.2 here, you'll see a classic trading levels pattern at that point there as well. So it's interesting. This is the US dollar index here. We've counted up as 1 and 2, not a problem. 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third, fourth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here for the third wave, and then we're looking for the fourth wave here. So this top, you know, the euro will be doing the opposite here. We have made a new high up here. The euro hasn't made a new low in that instance. But is it possible to, because when I think about it, you know, this can be, I could look at wave, if we got another move up here, I could look at that as wave 5, you know. So if we got a move up here, let's just assume that, because as it stands at the moment, A wave, a B wave, and down here for this. But if we got a move up through here, that would give another move down in the euro as well, and then that, so they would have we could have tops in at that point, you know, because really wave 5 doesn't really need to be that long, because wave 1 was quite short. The extension was in wave 3. So when this turns here, then we're going to see the same thing for the euro here. I'm just going to go to the daily chart here just to gain a little bit of perspective in this. We could talk about the that in a moment. So once again here on the daily, the 1 and the 2, and all the way down to the third wave here. Now we know wave 4s can get a bit complicated. Like the US, if I just bring the US dollar across here again. The US dollar made a new high here, and the euro didn't make a new low here. Quite close though, may have done, but not quite. Didn't breach it like this one has. So yeah, I mean, with the euro, we can count quite nicely down here as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here. So in this instance here, we should be able to see this move up higher here. Now we know that the euro will rally with the DAX, you know, and it all sort of pivots on this one here. So we know that and that's why it's kind of possible to have some type of you know, larger low in place for the DAX, because if this needs to go up here for wave C here, as an A and a B and a C for wave 4, and then come down at this point, well then this is what the DAX would do at this point, you know. So are we going to push up there, or are we going to sort of have a bit more of a correction here and finish off down here for this? That's the question, and the same with here as well. So on the intraday, I'm trying to figure it out. So I'm in a bit of a rock and a hard place. So we've got wave 1 here. We could look at it as wave 1 and 2 and 3 here. and then 4 here, and then 5 going up, and we're finished at that point. So I think we need to acknowledge that. Will that be the case? I don't know. But if we get a 5 wave top here, then we'll get we can get one more move. Treat this as a wave 4 here, and get one more low in here. Doesn't have to come down that far, and then we call that low in. And you know, that needs to move up at that point while the dollar moves down, and that means the DAX will push higher at that point, you know. So if I bring the DAX back, I mean, the DAX could already have a low in place, you know. I mean, it might not. So that means that, you know, if this being the DAX here, if this just makes a quick low down through here, or even if I've made a mistake and this one now there is a turning point here somewhere for this, you know. They're just trying to tune them in with each other, and I just haven't quite got it yet. So when we go to this market and have a look on the tick chart, let's go in here. It's a bit of a puzzle, I have to say. Let's just have a look at this first in the scheme of things. So I was counting down here. I can count this here as a nice A, B, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So it makes, I could put wave 4 there. That's, you know, not a problem. I could look at this as wave 1 and 2 here, and then 3 up here, and then look at this as 4 here. So I could put wave 4 over here for that, and then just look at wave 5 being up here, and look at where is wave 5 up there. Don't have a wave 5 up there on this one, so let's just. So I'm just pointing this out, and then we'll have a closer look at this. Because as it stands, we can look at this as the A wave, the B wave, and then it's quite nice as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. It's all fine for the B wave, but my problem is coming down here, it's a bit difficult to count this as 5 waves down to here, as wave 1 and wave 2 to here, because it's a little bit like 3 waves here. But this little move up here is 3 waves, so it makes quite a nice corrective move. And yesterday we were looking for it to pull back in here. This does look a little bit impulsive here. So that's one thing. I still could be 1 and 2 here, an A and a B, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So it's not much telling you. But what will happen next, though, if we're working it into a corner, really, that's what's going to play out here. So if we take this and this, then we're going to be left with this high here. So we can probably work it with this. We could say to ourselves, okay, if this low here is breached, then we'll be coming down at that point. We'll be coming down into wave 3 at that point, and we'll be on track for our move here for the US dollar here. We'll need to look at that as wave 1 and 2, and then look at this here as wave 1 and 2 in here, and coming into the third wave to the downside, you know, coming down in here for wave 3, 4 and 5. Because it took the top out here, it may take the bottom out here as well as an expanded flat correction. So yeah, we just need to see how this sort of plays out here. So I mean, the normal thing was wave 3 with an A wave, B wave and C wave here, but this is not really giving me the nice 5 wave structure that I was looking for. It's starting to look like more like a wave 4. So then I've got to kind of think, well, gee, can it go up here as wave 5 and we finish off and we have that top in there? And then that means the euro needs to do the opposite to this. So if we go into the euro into the intraday, just on 2K ticks, open this up a little bit. Let's just have a bit of a look here. I mean, this is quite key, really. The dollar and this euro dollar here is key to the DAX in a way. So if we've got wave 3 here, and I'd always been looking for an A wave, and then an A and a B, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for the C wave of B, and then looking to the upside here. So it is looking quite good to the upside. I would have to sort of jig things around a little bit and put wave 1 there, which is a little bit weird. Doesn't really fit unless I could put 1 and 2 and some sort of third wave in here, but I can't see that fitting. So this is the the next best fit here because it's overlapped here. I have to go 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. And then I'd have to look at this here. If we just kind of break this down, this would be 1, 2, 1 and 2 into here. That 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So we can label that as wave 1 here. And this is not, it's a nice little ABC pattern here for wave 2 pulling back into its box. So we've got wave 3 up there. So I was thinking that, and this here, this is a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the A wave, the B wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is playing out as corrective as well here. So that should, that we should make a new high above that, above this top here now. We can go short below here because this is where I'd be wrong at this point. If that moves up here higher, then you can grab that green line and put it under here and look for the short at that point. On the long side, obviously the 105 is the 5 is the second strongest number, and this is just highlight this a little bit. So that's carrying a fair bit of weight at this point, so that's good. Now this little level here, 105.53, that will be the top of group 1. So normally I'd just go long above this high here, but if this moves up here and you get a little classic trading levels pattern sitting on that level, then look to go long there in part position, and then look to add again on top of the 55 at this point. And then just leave it at that and leave your stop out under here, and then bring the stop up to here. And if that's the case, then that will take us up to our wave C or 4 up into this space up here, and we should have a nice little journey in this third wave up here. I mean, wave 5 up here is just going to be quite small because wave 1 is quite small here. So we'll need to look at, I can just copy these, so I'll just do that. So from wave 2 here, we're in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll be looking for somewhere like wave 3 here. Now I'm not. This is what I just normally expect to happen. And then this rally here will also help the DAX rally, But if the DAX was going to rally, so if the DAX was going to rally here, which I expect it would do because we got 5 waves here, so we're looking for a rally here and in the S&P. But when the euro gets up here and tops out at wave 4 here, then it's going to go down for wave 5, isn't it? So then this is going to turn and go down as well and finish off. So then it's like, well, how do I count this? Is it, do I do it like this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and sort of, bottle it all up in there and have a few, overlapping wave structures for 1 and 4 and those sort of things? Or do we go into the XWY game, So anyway, a little bit sort of tricky, but let's just see first. Let's see if we push higher here. I mean, as it stands at the moment, this because this could also have wave 5 down here as well, and we put wave 4, same as we talked about with the other market, wave 4 over here, and then we come down for wave 5 here, and this would be down for 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, 4 here in the box, and then down for 5 here, and then we're calling wave 5 low in at that point. Now, would the DAX come down here, or would the DAX basically hold, above the 13,000, hold there and not make a new low because we've already got 5 waves? Would it be stable there and hold there while the euro had one move down here and then had that low in and started to move up? Would that hold steady on itself there? And then we'd have a low here and we would have a low over here, and we could expect this to go up, and then we could expect this larger move to go up. So there's a few little sort of dog legs that we need to get through here, and I haven't quite cracked it yet. I haven't got it yet. I thought by today I'd get a lead, out of the currencies to be able to give a bit of move there. But it does appear that this wants to go up here. We've got an impulse wave here. This appears to be corrective, so that means we should take out this top. Could we look at this as an A and a B and a C just to this point and then come down. No, I don't think so. So anyway, it looks like we want to push up here, and it looks like the DAX wants to push up as well. That means the stock 50 will push up, but we need the US dollar index to break lower in all of that. So just bringing the US dollar index over here, we're looking at looking at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So yeah, let's just, if this is breached here, then that's going to be helpful. That's going to tell you that the euro will be pushing to the upside. So look, it's a bit of a puzzle, but that's I just wanted to share what I know and don't know, and what I was trying to do, try to find a way through this. Yeah, so anyway, that's that really. So I'll just leave it with that. I can't really call a trend in at this point in time, but we're in interesting times with all of these. Okay, cheers.